Hey guys, just doing another market analysis for you guys. I did one yesterday, but I forgot to post it. So I'll just show you what happened actually. So I took the short here on USDCAD. A lot of people were going long. They all got stopped out. So there was I guess there was one thing I wanted to talk about, I guess, is that there was a lot of traders that use the ATR, average true range, to calculate stops and liquidity zones. So if I would have put so what you do is you basically, if people are going long, where did the day open yesterday? Around here. So if some people are getting in around here and they were going long, and they put their stop, maybe in New York even, they put their stop, maybe they're getting in here because they decided, okay, well, this green's continuing. This level to the left here where the crosshair is broke out. So they're in here somewhere, they're putting their stops, let's just say below this candle, starting at, or the wick, the ATR value. So you subtract the ATR value from the bottom of the wick. You get a zone, let's just say it was the 30 or 40 pips. You go ATR times 1, 1.5, and 2. So you got a box here of all those. You got each level, a green level, a red level, a yellow level, and a red level. 1 times ATR minus the bottom of this candle, 1.5, and 2 times the ATR below this candle. So we got a zone here. So let's just say the zone was here. So once the zone broke, we got a lot of heavy selling here. Stops got eaten. So you guys can check that out. Perhaps maybe they're even going long here. So they had stops below there. So you can map out these levels. I don't do that. Some people might do that. I don't even waste time with that. But you can do that. But what you guys should do is you guys should use, let's just check this out here. So you guys can add another indicator to your chart. I recommend using it. The banks use it every day, so you can map out, you pretty much can just map out, so I'll show you guys. So go to your indicators, click on technicals, type in pivots. So just go indicators, type in pivots here. Pivot point standard, that's the one I use. I don't know what high or low is. So I just took the standard one, clicked it. I only put levels S1 and S2. So I'll just show you guys. So you guys can see that on the 4 hour we had USDCAD come up above. So what it does, well, I guess so first I'll just tell you what it does. So it automatically plots out your resistance and supports based on the time frame every day, depending on the time frame, but it could be at the Sunday open or the daily open, depending if you're intraday or longer term. So for me, I kind of keep the trades on for a day or 2 or 3, sometimes longer, depends. Up to a week, I guess. Occasionally 2 weeks, but that might be rare. So that's the 4 hour. In this case, we had, so this mapped out on Sunday, I guess. It does a calculation. You guys can check out the calculation. Just Google pivot points calculation. So it automatically maps it out. You don't need to waste time drawing trend lines and all that crap. So I don't even know why people draw trend lines, but my advice to you is stay away from trend lines, stay away from fibs and all that crap. It's junk, don't even use it. Use pivots. If you really want to look for levels, use pivots. I recommend that. I've recently added pivots. And basically, pivots show the levels. So you can use pivots in the way you want. I'd recommend using pivots, adding it to a second layout or whatever. So add pivot. So as you can see, we came up to R1 now. So the P is the pivot. That means pivot. That's like the median area. So for me, I love mean reversion. Median areas can be great. They can act like a support. So P can be a support technically, or a resistance, depending on what you have. So we have S1 way down here. So we got it basically a support here. We got a resistance here. So as you can see, we broke through the resistance. So it really helps you map out levels. You can also get them on the intraday time frames. So here we got a pivot starting at the new day here, 1400 hours my time. That's about 5 o'clock New York time. So that's 2 o'clock my time. We had the day start below the pivot, which is interesting. So now we're retracing back to the pivot. Throughout the day we may see a 5 minute doesn't really get too deep on the pivots, to be honest. I'll show you. So it usually stays between the first two levels. If you see high volume, you may see a spike up to closer to 2. But I don't see it really breaking 2 levels below 2. It's not even touching 2. It's just halfway there. It's getting there, but you guys get the idea. So once that happens, it's better than a VWAP. Like you can just go back to the levels that you started at, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so just check it out. Use pivots. For example, what I mean by that, if we go down to R, we can go back to P. If we go down to P, we can go back to R. We can go back you can go like that. So it's really good. Add it. I recommend adding it. I didn't even really know about it. I saw like a lot of people using pivots on Twitter, like institutions, and I wanted to know how they're getting it. But there is an actual indicator that calculates it, which is no one ever told me about. I see so many people drawing trend lines and crap. Like why do they waste their time doing that when you can just get it mapped out with a code? So if that the code maps it out for you. It maps it week by week or day by day, just depending. So it's saying that we had originally R1 was up here, and after the calculation R1 got moved up here, which is really in between here and here, so there's not much difference. It's that area. But banks use pivots, so just use pivots. I see Bloomberg talking about it too. So use pivots. It's automatic, it's all coded. You can get the levels coded for you it's just a program that runs all the time. So you can have it all mapped out for you all the time. So anyways, that was it. I think we could come back down to P. It's possible, but I closed it. It's possible we could see some momentum back down to P for the 4 hour. I'll just show you the 1 day. So it looks like we could be going down back to P and then maybe back up later on. We'll see what happens once we get to the neutral area, which is P. So that's a key zone. P is a neutral, is a really key zone. R1 and S1 are always going to be key zones too. See, look, we haven't really got up to R2 in a while. It's staying between the ones here for a long time, several months, right? So think about it. Let me tell you something. Think about it. When we get up here really high, but above R2, what do you expect is going to happen? We can get a sell-off, right? Because look at the probability of these pivots. How many times do we go above R2? How many times do we go above R3? And how many times after that do we fall back? So that's the idea here. Like once we go back to R2, we could head back to R1. Once we go down to S2, we could head back to S1. Because think about it, it's just like it's the liquidity zones basically. That's what it is. It's actually a cool concept. It's a really cool concept. And it's mapped out automatically. It's not like I'm drawing these lines in. So once you have something coded that's automatic, then it's useful. So I'll just leave you guys with that. Because in that case, you don't have to draw anything. You know, a lot of people you see on Twitter type in hashtag USDCAD or $USDCAD. You see all these strategists. I don't know if they're just trolling people or what. Like, do they really sit there? I got this one girl from Brazil. She's like a strategist for some bank in Brazil. Or like all those, even like James Stanley and all those people from what's it called? FX. Those popular websites. Popular institutions and stuff. FX strategists and all that, they're paid by the banks to trade. Those top people, they all draw trend lines and that stuff, but a lot of them also use pivots. But the thing is, the trend lines, I mean, you could draw a trend line from here, where the crosshair is, to here. I mean, you're just drawing that in, you can't really code it. So if you can't code it, it's not really useful because banks use algorithms, right? So anyways, just use pivots, check it out, add it to your chart. I recommend using pivots. Right now, nothing really happening. It's all flat now. People are just starting to get into the short here for USDCAD, so we could see it continue down maybe. If you go on TradingView, you'll see a lot of the traders are starting to say that it's going short. Yesterday they were all long. They all got stopped out, I don't know. So then now they're going short. So check it out. Oil, we'll just talk about the oil story for a sec. So we got oil going down, continuing to make lower lows. We got touching 71.21 today. I believe we're going down to the 60s, easy gap to the 60s, potentially lower. Let's have a look at the pivot here if we can see it. No, it's not showing me properly. So we're just getting to the pivot area, the P. So we could be going down to S1 later on, if you know what I mean. So how did the month going? Yeah, so we're getting down to P. Not yet though, P's still down here. At 68. So monthly I think monthly could definitely continue down there. We could definitely be getting into S1 area, right? Think about it. We got a nice fall. If this breaks, which, think about it, that's gonna break, right? That'll probably break. Look at all the momentum. Retail traders just getting into the short now. They're saying everyone was long. Think about it. Then we got 2022 lows. We got all those reports. Then they're like, oh yeah, we want to buy. Then the market's gonna pump a little bit. Then they'll all get stopped out. Then the banks will go short again. Then they'll go long. You know what I mean? That pattern. They're always chasing those algorithms, those trend line traders. So once that happens, banks are gonna go short here, short down there. So I think we could definitely get to S1. Anyway, so I'll just leave you guys on that, and I'll see you guys next time. If you guys like the channel, you can like and subscribe to the channel for more investing or programming videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.